Okay, it's morning. It's 8:44 and it's 4 degrees, and we're just in a charge overnight, and we've just driven down to the to Birchwood. And okay, that's not got eco on. With eco on, we've still got 87, I beg your pardon. But I had got the heating set to come on this morning, which I did from the iPhone app, because we were set on Car Wings. We were set for 8:50, and I added Saturday and Sunday the other day, but 8:50 was too late for us leaving, so I just quickly went onto the app and did it from 8:30. But it's not changed this in any way. It's only just set the car going, so that's good. And then I thought, right, well, what we'll do, have a quick look at the history that we've done since we did Lance's, and there we go. Since we saw Lance's video, I've been trying to remember every morning, so it's like 4 mornings ago. So I've been trying to sort out remembering to press the reset button on here, and I've managed to remember only in the mornings after I've driven the first mile or something, so not quite got it right yet, but hopefully that will start to collate, and then on Car Wings online I'll be able to see the history building, so that's good. We'll be able to see how we do. Interestingly, mine has never been above 4, as long as I can recall, in fact. So I don't know if that's the way I drive or something different about, well, I don't know. It must be the way I drive. I mean, it doesn't make sense for anything else, unless something's not working quite right, or maybe the tyres are underinflated, which is something that Lance also mentions, which we'll also have a look at. It's a really good channel, so if you can check out Leaf Hack on YouTube, it's got some really good, some very good information and some good ideas. The latest one's talking about the way that your battery charge reduces using your heating, so I should be watching that. I haven't seen it yet, Lance, but I will watch it. So there you go, that's a bit of an update on the energy usage on the vehicle, and the history and how to collect it. Thank you, Lance, for that. I'm going to try and get the lighting looking a bit better. That's a bit better. Okay, now I've had a couple of people mention, and I've seen on the forums, and Ian did a piece on this about a week ago, about 3 or 4 days ago, in fact. And I mentioned it in episode 17 a couple of weeks ago, and that is etiquette of drivers around chargers. And somebody's asked me what my opinion is, and I think I was clear in the video that I'm a bit timid, a bit uncertain about confronting anybody, and I don't think confrontation's any good for anybody anyway. So I don't think that that's the right way forward. Certainly, people have to understand what a charger is in in our lives, and how important it is in our lives. It's our fuel station. And that was something that my daughter said, and then it was reiterated by Lance Pickup. And that is that we shouldn't treat them, charging bays, as parking bays, but as refueling bays, which is kind of obvious, but you don't. Most people will probably park, charge, and go and shop, which is fine, as long as you come back within the period of time that your charge is likely to be still running. And that was something that Ian was talking about in his video the other week. Now, for me, the really big important thing is that people who drive petrol cars don't feel that we're elitist in any way because we drive electric vehicles. I don't want people to look at me and think what a snob or anything like that. What I want people to do is look at it and go, that's interesting. Why? What's that about? Why is he driving an electric car? What's different about that? And then, you know, hopefully people come to realise that petrol is, you know, something that we should try and move away from and try and get to a different set of energies that we use to power vehicles and to live our lives and to make our lives better. Now, in terms of etiquette, I completely agree with Ian. If you treat them as a parking bay, then that's really not a good thing. Although I've done that in the past, you know, earlier episodes you'll see me doing it. We'll go to the Trafford Centre, for instance, and park up, charge, and then come back and go, oh yeah, it's finished charging, hooray! And while there's not many V's about, and there are, you know, at Trafford, I think there are about six or so chargers. So there's quite enough. You know, at that point in time, which is kind of May, June, July last year sometime, I think June last year, there were quite a lot of chargers there and not many cars. And I never came back and found people queuing. In fact, quite the opposite. There were plenty of bays free at all times. So I think from the point of view of making sure there's enough, you know, that you're not blocking a bay. I think that's absolutely right. You should make sure that you are as efficient as possible. You plug in, you charge, you leave. And certainly that's what's happened when I've done rapid charging, more or less. We've always been back before the charge is finished, and most times I've sat with the car. Because it makes good sense to. You know it's only going to be 30 minutes or so. So there's no reason to sort of wander off for 2 hours. Unless you were going there in the first place. But you should, you know, what Ian was saying was then you should come back to the car within that 40-minute period, wait for the charge to finish, and then move the car to a normal parking spot. And that seems very reasonable to me. And so that's something that I'll be adopting, which I probably wouldn't have done. I'd not really thought about it. And I think that that's the key. I think that I think with many things in life, you find that people just don't give it thought enough. Don't think about things enough to be able to make those decisions. When they do, most reasonable human beings come to a very similar conclusion. Unreasonable ones will never come to a similar conclusion just to be awkward. But anyway, so there it is. Refueling bays are refueling bays, whether they're petrol, diesel, liquid oxygen or whatever it is, liquid gas, or whether it's hydrogen or electricity. So treat them as temporary stations that you sit at while you are fueling, and as the moment you've finished fueling, move off, park up, go and do whatever it is you came to do. Yeah, that seems good to me. Hey, well, it's Valentine's Day. It's 2:15 in the afternoon, 8 degrees, and you can tell it's getting warmer. Look at the charge, 96 miles. That's more like it. Quite happy about all that now. Have to remember to do my morning reset here. And then that gets added to the history, which I haven't been doing until, as I said before, Lance educated me into the ways of using this particular interface. I think this is then reflected online as well, which is really good. Oh look, I nearly got to 4 Ooh, how close? Nearly got to 4 on, so that was Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. Well, that's kind of going to be my goal. I'm going to set myself the goal of getting above 4 kilowatt miles per kilowatt. Yeah, so if I can get over 4, that'll be the best I've ever done. At the minute, it's pretty rubbish. It's looking like 3.3. Oh, we better reset the miles, haven't we? Make sure we have a look at those. Good. So there we go then. 2 minutes later, and that's where we're up to this morning. It's a beautiful day. It's the first really good day we've had for a week, which is nice. Might have a little look at the sunshine in a minute. So as you can see, the sun is shining really brightly here at Asda. We've just done 1.7 miles and did it very carefully, trying to keep my economy up. Here's how we're looking on the gasometer. Still got 96 miles. Oh, we like driving when the mileage doesn't go down. Promise you, we are in a different place. Yeah, so there you go. We've done nearly 2 miles, but not done any miles. It's a phenomenal piece of kit. Right, go and do some shopping. Well, I've only been in Asda for a few minutes. Look at the sky now. It's gone horrible. Dear me. Have a look outside. Yeah, isn't it murky up there? Horrible. Okay, well, we've still only done 96 miles, and the Nintendo, I was going to say then, the Nissan Car Wings information channel was just about to give us some information, which will stop it. Looks like I only did good. 3.4 miles by the 11th of February per miles per kilowatt. So that's the quest we're on this episode. We're going to try and get the energy economy right up and see if we can get above 4 from a current 3.3. Yeah, some chance. Anyway, here's to the challenge. Oops, put my hand in the way. Just arrived at the garage. I'm going to do some checking on the tyre pressures. We're going to make sure these are correct, the right pressure. So we'll put that on the top there, remember where it is. Apparently these should be 36 front and back. And if you don't know where to find it, because it's not in the handbook, it certainly isn't in mine, but it is in the driver's side, it's here, front and back, PSI 36. So what we'll do, get all these off, and then we'll check the tyres, and obviously keeping your tyre pressures at the right place is one way to help your economy. You're keeping your economy. Right, so we're going to put half this in, 20p, and I should get 2 minutes. And what we need to do is put that up to 36. There we go. And then off we go. Literally just whack it in and see what it says. It says, oh, it's a bit low. Okay, so get it sorted. That's one. Okay, second tyre. So it's really difficult doing filming, and there we go, second tyre. Both these are a little low. Just get them pumped up to the right amount. We'll repeat when it's ready, hopefully. There we go. Okay, tyre number 3 going. Both front tyres a little low. Tyre number 3 okay. And tyre number 4. Okey-doke. So here we go. Again, that's a little low, so let it do its business, get that pump sorted, hopefully, just in time. Doesn't seem to do anything with that. It's going to need another 20 pence. Okay, here we go again. Can't see what it is from here. That looks like it's going down to me. Right, because I checked, because it ran out, so it's let all the tyre out, all the air out of me tyre. We'll try again. Because it ran out of money, it reset to 26, which is 10 psi lower than my car needs to be. That's a bit stupid. It's going up now, 30. 1, 2. Any second now. Thank you. Well, what a fast that was. Anyway, so there we go. We're all sorted there. And that's it. Okay, putting the tops back on. That's sorted there. Make sure we get these on the right ones and tight. Hey. Front left, sorted. Rear right, sorted. Okay, home again, and mileometer's kicked in now. So sorry, the gasometer's kicked in now. Done 4.1 miles, so 96 miles minus 4.1 is 93 miles, according to gasometer. Information, so that's good. Right, it's 3:15 or thereabouts. What I was going on about in the garage just then was two things. If you look in the handbook, you won't find, certainly not in my handbook, there is no information about tyre pressure, and that's because it's stuck to the inside of the car pillar here. Some other information here. I don't know what that is, but what we're looking at the minute is this. So tyre pressure in PSI, so it's the 1, 2, 3, third one, so it's 36. So front is 36, rear is 36. Spare tyre, it should have a column here for what spare tyre, because there isn't one. Unless they've hidden one and not told me about it. That noise is getting angry there. So it's there, in there somewhere. God, look at the state of this car. It was only clean last week, and once again filthy as anything. So look at the back. Yeah, look at that horrible, greasy, horrible stuff that's all over the back there. We'll get that off. So we're back at home, and you might have noticed before, although you may not have noticed, that when the sun was out, these windows were really, really bad. I had to wipe the water off the top of the car and use it on my green cloth down here to clean the window, because I didn't have any water in my washers. And so, coming down here, somewhere down here, there's a little lever here that's underneath these buttons, and that releases the bonnet, and if we release the bonnet we can put some water in. So this is going to be interesting, because I'm not sure if you've seen under here before, but there it is. That's what makes a Nissan Leaf go. So let me just have a little sort out here while we're in, and while we'll have a quick look around. So there's the normal car battery. Obviously the batteries for driving the vehicle are built into the car itself, so they're like underneath the seats and around the back and stuff. But that is the motor. So this bit converts the battery into power that it can use in the motor, and then I believe the motor's down there. Not quite sure if there's anything in the middle, but now on a Tesla, that bit is about the size of a very large watermelon or a small pumpkin. Then we got some other bits and pieces here. We've got some leaves for a start that shouldn't really be in here. Let's get rid of them. So many things to keep clear. But this area is, if you look down there, it's just black at the bottom, and it's kind of sealed a bit. And it's not sealed there though, is it? But I have seen cars, you know, electric cars, Nissans, driving through very deep moat, Fordy sort of rivery things. Anyway, the job that I'm here to do is, with no engine going, is to fill this up. This is the water for the windscreen wipers, and I've got my Asda screen wash. Oh, it's Halfords, this one. I've been using Asda and Halfords to keep it clean. Let's see if I can keep this. I can't do that. You wouldn't think I'm right-handed, but when you've got your left hand doing a bit of filming, that's actually quite hard. Now, little tip: if you've ever got one of these things and you want to pour it, often it's really difficult because it starts coming out way too early. And my uncle taught me do it the other way, so that you can actually get the, if you hold it like this, you can get the spout level with the horizon before any liquid comes out, which gives you much greater control apparently. So let's have a look. There we go. So we'll have a little bit of that. Luckily it's not a very windy day today. I'm going to need to pour quite a bit of this in because we don't want it going everywhere, so I'll just pour it in a bit deeper to that deeper part of the spout. But of course any sort of antifreeze, screeny wash and soapy suds will stop water from freezing at zero. It'll still freeze, it'll just freeze a bit lower because of the things which are making it not pure. So don't pour from this way, because that way you can't get to sort of horizontal very easily. If you've got a full one of these, if this was oil in a car and you were pouring the oil out like that, do it this way, and then you can get the spout almost horizontal before it comes out. That's the tip of the day from Uncle Granville. Rest in peace. Anyway, so here we go. Let's fill this up. It's quite a big reservoir, this, and unusually this week, in fact last night on the way home, I ran out. That's how horrible it's been weather-wise recently. So here we go. So you see, pouring that from here is going to be quite hard, because the moment to get to there, it wants to come out, you see. if you do it this way, well, yeah, if you do it this way, it pours everywhere. No, that's because the handle collapsed on itself. The handle that I'm holding is terribly rubbish. All right, there we go. Filled up already. Gives a bit of a poke. Yeah, there we go. And that's so that's where the windscreen wipers, windscreen washers are filled up. Let's have a look. What else can we see that's interesting? Let's see what's down here. Don't know. Looks like a fuse box. Maybe that. Don't know. Lights, obviously. Wired in here. Don't know what else there is to show you really. It's interesting, but it's not mind blowing, is it? Yeah. So. And that's, let me go around this side, you can see it from this end. Can't see if that's in, it doesn't look like it's getting in focus to me though. Right, there you go. Have a look at it from the opposite side. There we go. Not quite sure why that's open. Should that be open? Looks like there's something missing there, doesn't it? Interesting. Yeah, that looks like there's a cap missing. That might be something to do with the recent service for the bits on the steering wheel. Oh, that's interesting. There's a fan here. That's a big fan. Now, whether that's a fan that when it comes in it, or whether it's for the cooling system for the air conditioning, I don't know. But there you go. Thought that was interesting. And there we are, ready for some more water to be squirted onto the windscreens. Awesome. Morning. Well, another Monday morning, and just checking my energy economy, and let's have a look. Okay, so this is where I am today so far, so I'm getting up there. I don't know which way this goes. I don't know if this is yesterday, the day before, or whether that's yesterday, because it's unclear, really. There's no date mentioned or anything. I'm hoping it's stacking on the end this way, because that would show a gradual improvement. But it might be the other way around, in which case it shows a gradual worsening. Anyway, so according to stuff today, I'm up to about, I'm doing all right today, just over 4, and that's the first time ever I've ever seen it go over 4. But anyway, I have checked my tyres, and I've been driving a little bit more carefully, a little bit more economically, and we'll see how we do in the next few days, and hopefully by the end of the month, maybe even before, I'll have improved. So it's 20 past 9, or 22 minutes past 9, and we've just done about 16 miles to get in. So yeah, so that's showing on. So that is showing on the 16.9 miles I've just done, I think. So good. Keep you informed. Well, there you go. It's February the 18th, and as of February the 16th, I'm doing 3.4. I was hoping to be a bit better than that, but you know, we're better than we were. I think we were 3.2 the last time I looked. So we are certainly improving a little bit, and we've got some good understanding now, thanks to Lance and some people on the Speak EV forums. getting some good feedback and some good help. So thanks for that, guys. I'll just have a quick squiz around this driving history and see what. Oh, right, well, you see, now it says I got 4.0 there in July and August, but I don't ever remember it telling me that on the dashboard. So, never said, well done, you've got 4.0 or anything. It just went, your is a silver, and you think, silver, that can't be very good. Anyway, so we'll have a look here. Okay, average economy this week, 3.6. Oh, it's not good. That's not really, we're not really there. We'll get to the end of this week and we'll have another look. I think that'll be the thing to do. Morning. Okay, another day and another journey into Manchester, and we managed to get to the magic 4 today. Hurrah! Just trying to think what day it is. I think it's the 19th of February, so it's a Thursday morning. Have a look at this. So, although it doesn't quite show it, sort of nearly does there. Well, it does there, average 4. And go over to the gasometer. We're down to 77 miles, which is pretty good actually, because normally I'm down to about 70. But I've been trying very hard this week. And there you go, the magic number 4. Hey, excellent. So it's possible, and you just got to be. Well, I'm going to try something that I did mention about 6 months ago, but stopped doing it really, and that's using the just get it in focus. Using the cruise control, and if you set the cruise control, what happens then is you don't have to worry. Oh, come on, let's get in focus. Thank you. So what happens then is if you use the cruise control, you don't have to worry about moving your foot up and down, which doesn't vary the current. So the current going to the end to the motor is a lot steadier, and there's less wastage, and so it's more efficient. And so that was kind of something I was thinking about last year. But there it is, 4.0, and we've done nearly 17 miles. So that's pretty good. I'm pleased with that. Yeah, so off to work. And then it was night time. So there we are. It is 18 minutes past and it's 5 degrees. We've got 78 miles on the gasometer. We've still got where we left it this morning, 4.0 on the energy economy. Quick look at that, because it looks better in the dark than it did this morning in the light. Hooray, hooray, looking good. Press this button here, see the average, it's 4. Well, near enough anyway. So, right. Gonna drive home and see if in about, what, 14 miles, if we do 14 miles on the gasometer, which probably with the lights and heating and windscreen wipers and stuff, because it's a bit wet out there today, we probably do more than we should. Anyway, we'll give it a whiz and we'll see. So 18:19, so should be back for about 10 to 18:50, something like that. Okay, so we're back home now, and we're down to 55 miles. Can't remember what we were before, 70 something. And that is with Eco on. So we've just started the charge, and Yeah, so I'll just do it. I'll do a reset in a minute. The yeah, we 31 miles done and 55 miles. So when I edit this, I'll work out what the difference is and what we've used in actual fact. Because I can't remember if we had eco on, so I don't know if it was there or there. But anyway, we'll soon find that out, and I'll put a caption up somewhere to show it. In terms of energy, as you know, we've been trying to get to stay around for driving home tonight. Was quite slow on the motorway, so probably I wasn't really paying attention to the economy, just simply because it was so busy and wet and horrible that it was dangerous to be looking at the screen. So I didn't even glance down at this thing. So there we go. We'll find out in a little while. Okay, this is 10 to 9 at night now, just gone, and I've been on charge and I've still got 40 minutes of charging left, and look at that, we're up to 100 miles. That's amazing. Again, I wonder if that's just due to the fact we've been very good driving economically and with the cruise control. Wow, and the temperature's not too bad. It's only 5 degrees though, so it's not warm really, so that's good, isn't it? Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. We're now on Bath Street in Warrington, and we've done about 5.5 miles. It took me a minute or two to reset the mile odometer, if that's what it's called, and it is 9 minutes past 9. Well, that's pretty good. 93 plus 5.3, maybe say 6 or 7, that's 100. So just about right, and 3.9 on average. So I've been doing really good. So very pleased about that. Let's have a look over here. Yeah, look at that. Now that looks to me like it is in excess of 4. It is just a little bit more than 4. So that must mean we've been doing good, mustn't it? I'm a good boy. That's good. Right, so we'll try and maintain that for the rest of the week. And oops, gone out of focus. Come on. And we'll see. Tomorrow's Friday, so I'm not sure when episode 19 is going up, but over the weekend I've got quite a bit of journeying to do, so probably won't be this weekend, it'll probably be next weekend, so it'll be towards the end of February, and we'll have a proper look at whether I can maintain that 3.9, 4.0, maybe even better, 4.1. But very pleased with that so far. Tyre pressures are good. I will check those again on Saturday. We've been driving really carefully. Been using the cruise control to keep my foot from, adding too much power and then having too little power. So I've been using the cruise control just to drive around locally, really, as well as on the motorway. And that maintains a much more steady amount of power being used up by the car from the batteries, rather than sort of accelerate, decelerate, accelerate, momentum gain, momentum lose. You can imagine why you lose power using your foot on what is just a giant thyristor, really, I guess. Well, it's not thyristor, but you know what I mean. Right, good. So 11 minutes past, and we're waiting for Richard, and I'll update you later. Oh, get the dust off there. Goodness me. Right, morning. Where's my buttons? Are we ready? Okay. See where we're up to. 95. It's pretty good.
Sort of very typical human behaviour if you think about it.
Thank you very much, Radio 4. We don't want any more at the moment. Right, 8:44, 3 degrees. Charge again over 9 nights, 95. Right, so trip, set the trip. We're going to reset that. Hold on a second, that's that one. I'm going to reset 99%. Oh yeah, that's because I've just been doing a little warming up. Average speed 16. Drive distance, right. So we're back in the.
Hot seat yet?
Not got to hot seat yet. No. Just checking
Richard didn't do the thingy, Bob.
The what? So just resetting that. That's just Claire getting in, don't worry. And well, it's nearly 4, but it's not. It doesn't say 4 there, does it? I'll have to look on Car Wings and see what it looks like. So we're set up for another day, and we'll see how we get on today. See you later. Well, it's later in the evening, and we didn't do as well on the way here today because we got down to 68 miles in 16.9 miles from about 95, I think it was this morning. Time is about 17:53.
The laugh started.
It wasn't.
Ooh, radio. Sorry about that. Time is about 17:53 and it's 4 degrees. So, well, yeah, we will try to be frugal, but it's quite difficult. In some instances on the motorway, we had a lorry that decided to do some strange manoeuvring, so we had to kind of get away from him, and I think I may have used a bit more than I wanted to, and that could be why we're not actually at 4, or very, 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 very close to 4, 3.6, 3.7, something like that. Anyway, morning, right, well, look at that, just driven into work. That's the last week or so. Did very well on Friday, but look, today 4.2. It's only just gone to 4.2, 4.1. Oh, look at that! Come on, so and so. I got it on camera. Anyway, it changes. It must look at the battery and go, oh yeah, we're using a bit more battery. So I'm not though. I'm obviously sat in a car park, parked up. You can see the PU's there, parking brake. Anyway, so we're down to 78 miles, just done the normal run-in, 16.9 miles. But today we're at the enormously, brilliantly successful 4.1. Hooray! That's what we've been looking for, a 4 point something. We had a 4.0 just before the weekend, didn't we? Friday, Saturday, and today it's 4.1. So we're getting there. I'd like more than that if I can, but we'll see how we go. Brilliant. So that's Monday morning. Awesome. Good morning. Right, well, have a look. Pretty good. Just a little bit above 4, which means 4.2. Hey! So that's pretty good. And the result of that is we've got 80 miles instead of 70, which is where we normally are. So that's really good. We're having to drive with a bit more care in terms of acceleration, and I'm using the cruise control quite a lot. But that seems to even out the ups and downs of the battery usage. There you go, 4.2. Well, we'll see how it goes by the end of the week. Okie dokie, another day, and we've just driven into town to go to work. Yesterday was a good day, 4.2. Friday 4, 4.1ish, 4, 4.2 yesterday. Could only just about manage 4 today. Not sure why. Maybe the temperature, don't know. Maybe traffic was a bit worse. You'd expect that to be a bit better for driving though. Anyway, so there we go, 16.9 miles again, so that's how far it is to get into work in the morning. Okay, well, keep you informed. What I would like to say is, had some sad news yesterday, didn't we all? Yeah, Leonard Nimoy passed away, and that's very sad. He was part of my childhood, as is Bill Shatner and other members of the Star Trek crew. So, live long and prosper. Could you do it like that? Yeah, live long and prosper, Mr. Spock. Anyway, yeah, sorry, got these headphones on, so if I look a bit odd this morning, got headphones on, got these Bluetooth headphones on, which I use for my VR stuff. Anyway, off to do a bit of shopping and such like, and we're almost at 11,000 miles. Have a look. Dun, dun, dun. Yep. Almost at 10,929 miles. Really good. Excellent. And while we're talking about numbers, on the channel, we've exceeded 100 subscribers. Hooray! Thank you, everyone. So that's amazing, really, for, you know, considering what we're doing here. We're just talking about the car. But I love the fact that you guys support me, so thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. There's also another figure that I like to talk about sometimes, and I post on Twitter and Facebook about it, but we've exceeded 35,000 minutes watched on the channel. 35,000 minutes. I'm going to sit down and work out how many days that is, and I might say that a little bit later. I mean, that's just a phenomenal amount. So again, thank you very much. And while people are watching the content, I'll try very hard to keep producing more. Good, right, time to do some shopping, and we'll see what the weekend holds. Some better stuff, I hope. Right. Okie doke, right, well, we've just driven down to Birchwood, and look, I was very, very, very careful. I just thought, if I try very, very, very hard, what number can I get to? And we've only done 1.7 miles, so it's not really a very good... but there's 4.7, and that's probably the only time you'll ever see 4.7 on my dashboard, sadly. I was very, very good all the way down. So it's possible to drive. If you lived in a very sort of small town in a rural area, I guess, you probably could do 4+ most of the time. That's driving at sort of, I had the you know, cruise control on and set it to 30, and just let the car bring me here. Really, I just turn corners, which is quite how I've been trying to drive the last week and a half or so. So that's really good. So we'll continue to try, but I think the experiment has been positive and it's worked. We managed to get 4 point something, albeit 4.0, 4.1, 4.2 at one point, out of the car. But really, you do, you know, the circumstances have to suit that kind of a journey. A lot of my journey is between rural roads and motorway. So I say rural. It is rural. It's rural around here. It's fairly rural. Although it's kind of urban-y rural. Can you have urban-y rural? Yeah, I think you can. Right, shopping. Okay, good morning. It's 16 minutes past 1, February the 28th, and a drum roll, please. 4.5. 4.5. Now, that's based on a 3.5 mile journey, so don't get too excited. But that was just really to show that you can, you know, it is possible to drive at 4 point something. You just have to be really careful, and you've got to use the cruise control so that you've not got the acceleration up and down, and you've got to have the circumstances right for driving at that sort of efficiency. Interestingly, even though I've done 3.5 miles, that's gone up since this morning, first thing when we started out. Anyway, so I wanted to just play you this. For those who are not initiated with car wings, sometimes it gives you, well, most trips, it gives you sort of a what you've done recently. And this is what we did recently. See if it'll...
As of the 25th of February, your energy economy was 4.1 miles per kilowatt hour. Based on the last 5 trips, your energy economy is good.
Only good though, that's just good. Oh dear.
You achieved a gold rank for the regional energy economy ranking on the 26th of February.
Yay, gold!
On the 26th of February, you finished 162 and D in the global energy economy rankings. The first place driver was in Italy.
Jasmine was the number 1 driver. Wow.
Use remote climate control or the timer so that the cabin will be at a comfortable temperature before starting.
Now that's a good idea.
This allows the car to save energy whilst being driven.
Well, before it's driven, I guess. Good. So, Carwings, thank you very much for that information. So yeah, 4.1. That's good. But today I got 4.5, which is even better. So, yeah, feeling chuffed. Feeling chuffed for myself. I'm going to celebrate with a haircut because this mop is getting out of control. Right. Catch you later. So, over the month of February, managed to get my economy from 3.3 as high as 4.7, but on average it's going to be about 3.9, 4.0, 4.1 I think, and that's if I sort of drive really really carefully with the cruise control on, and don't accelerate too quickly. It just means really driving very, very carefully. Now, probably, and that doesn't mean taking care, that means just, because you normally do that anyway, that means being very careful not to ask for too much power when you don't need any more power. So that's what I mean, really. The journeys I take are mainly local, in and out of, the shopping centre and back, and to my mum's and back, and Warrington and back. The main daily, weekly, sort of weekday journeys are a bit of that, and quite a lot of Manchester driving and motorway driving. So I'd say it was about 60-40. I think I've said that before. Maybe 70-30, maybe 70-30, somewhere like that. So a lot of the time I'm on a motorway, which when the traffic's reasonable, you're still doing 60-70 miles an hour, and that drains the batteries a lot quicker than when you're doing sort of 40-50, and you're not stopping and starting all the time. The motorway M62, 602, and the ring road that is what is it, the M57 it's called in Manchester, the Mancunian Way as it's known, is actually very, very busy in the morning. So it gets full of traffic and there's lots of congestion, and it's stop, start, stop, start, stop, start, roundabouts with traffic lights on, that kind of thing. One of my favourites. Anyway, so the point is, even trying very hard, I can get to journeys into Manchester for 4.1. That's about the best I can do. If I'm just doing local journeys, I can do it a lot more. I can do 4.5, 4.6, 4.7. But I've also noticed that it's obviously an average, isn't it? So it's an average over a length of time. And oops, it's getting very blowy out here today. And if that time is very short, if you're doing short journeys and then resetting, then obviously you're going to have a better capability of getting a better average, because you're only testing the easy bits and you're not doing it over a wider period of time. And that's probably why I've always seen my sort of mileage and economy as 3.2, 3.3, because I wasn't resetting. Leaf Hacks has shown me, Lance has shown me that you can reset, and it's easy to do, and if you do it on a regular basis you can keep a record of how well you do, and that's a really good thing to do, and that also means that your average on a daily basis can be much more controlled than it is. certainly much more controlled than I have been doing. So I'm going to maintain doing that, and we'll see how we do over the next few months. But I'm not going to be specifically trying to be driving very efficiently. I want to enjoy the car, and I want to not have to be thinking about that all the time. So I'm just going to drive normal from now on. But it's been a really interesting experiment, and thanks for the support of Speak EV and Lance and other people's input. It's been very useful, so thanks for that, everyone. And well, I think that's probably the end of the episode, so thanks for watching episode 19 of Our Friends Electric. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next time on episode 20, hopefully sometime sort of middle of March, I would imagine. Thanks very much. Bye for now.